What's going on, guys? My name is Jericho, and today you guys get a special little video. This is a real talk, but it's kind of more serious. Is that a thing? Can you get more serious than real? No, this one's not necessarily about dealing with troubles or whatever. This one's about something that normally I don't talk about that much, and other people's don't either. It's about sponsorships and money. And I want to be upfront with you. I've always tried to be very transparent and clear. Whenever I take a sponsored deal, I very obviously, like, go watch my Watch Dogs one. Literally, like, I cover the screen with the sponsored, and I'm like, yo, this shit's sponsored.com. Like, go to sponsor.com, my face is there. And I think that that's the right way to go about things. That's the right way forward. Nobody benefits when you're secretive about stuff or when you're hiding things. But it's been a long time since I've done a sponsorship thing or a partnership with a company that was outside of video games on YouTube. As many of you guys know, like, I'm sponsored by Monster. That's why you guys see me wearing Monster all the time. I do a bunch of work with Discord. I do a bunch of work with Razer. And that's why you guys see me using their products, not because I just get paid, but because they are my friends first, straight up. That's not a lie. I've known all of those companies and all those people for years before I worked with them, but also because I actually do like their products and I do use them. And I rarely, if ever, do stuff outside of that on YouTube or Twitch. I feel like it's very important for me to keep that brand, my brand, very open and very positive, as well as let you guys know that if there's ever something that I'm promoting, it's because I use it, and it's not because I'm like, they paid me money, so you should go get it, even if it sucks. Like, that's not what I like to do, and that's not what I'm about. That's why I dropped a couple sponsors before. You guys might have known that I worked with G Fuel for a little bit. I worked with Gunner for a little bit. I've done a couple sponsorships in my day that I really didn't enjoy. And if there's any time to be open and upfront with people, it's when you make a mistake. Luckily, have not made a mistake in a while, so this is not about that. This is about just the idea of getting paid for your work and sponsorships on YouTube, because I feel a little bit out of touch with you guys. I mean, I make videos for YouTube, I read comments, I do promotional stuff, but I don't do sponsorships or partnerships that are exclusive to YouTube where I'm making content just for a product, right? And the reason I'm talking about this is because this year, more than ever, I've already been approached by a bunch of companies that I normally wouldn't work with that, to be completely honest with you, have made it worth my while to look at. I have a very high threshold for things that I want to promote. I really do not want to promote anything that is gonna be sketchy or something that I'm not 100% certain that you guys would use. That's why I turned down literally $20,000 a month for Counter-Strike gambling websites probably over 100 times. From every site you could ever think of, I said no. It wasn't something that I was interested in getting in. It was a little sketchy. Hey, look what happened. You know, so I feel like I do have a little bit of credit to cash in with you guys when I say, trust me, I'm not going to take a sponsorship that is not a good one for both you and me. And the company. That's the other thing. Like, I'm not going to promote something that I'm like, wow, we both kind of don't like it, but the company is going to pay me. That's why I've never done a Clash of Clans video or any mobile app video. I never promote anything from a company that I've never used a product from before. Like, I do work with HTC and Samsung and Google and Taco Bell and Chipotle. And I mean, many of you guys might not know this, but I've probably done more sponsorship deals and partnerships and advertising than almost anybody in Twitch and YouTube. I'm kind of proud of that because I feel like it means that, A, I've built my brand around something that's very valuable, and B, I'm very selective, but also very open to brands that I know you guys would like. And this is probably sounding like a seminar to you guys, but the reason I wanted to bring it up is because I kind of wanted to ask some questions. I wanted to know what you guys thought about sponsorships, because there was this long-standing idea on YouTube that I hated, and I still hate if it exists. I'm just letting you know that people would get absurdly upset if anything was paid for. Anything. To the point where if I took a flight somewhere to play a game that they didn't pay me to play, they just paid for the flight and hotel, people would shit on you and say that you're a sellout, you're a shill, that they wouldn't watch you again because you're not real. And I was like, the fuck? Like, it made me turn down deals that would have paid my bills at the time. I'm talking like 2 or 3 years ago, because I was worried about alienating fans who weren't really understanding the concept of running a business. And let's not skirt around this issue. This is my job. This has always been my job. Ever since I made $1 on YouTube back in 2010, this is a job. And I really did not like that idea that if you tried to make money, you were vilified. Now, this is not clickbait. I'm not saying like go lie to your fans to get views. That's not what I'm saying. You should know by now that I've uploaded precisely one clickbait video in my entire life. Actually, two. I'm sorry. And it was the hot knife video that was just a parody. And I made a video on Counter-Strike that was literally clickbait because I was making fun of clickbait. Which I don't even know if that makes it okay, but hey, I did it. I'm sorry. I love you guys still. Hopefully you love me and forgive me. But no, there's no arrows, anything like that. I'm solely talking about a video that you clearly know before you click on it is a sponsored content, but you also know that A, the content I'm producing for that is going to be good, and B, that I'm not trying to lead you astray or make you buy a product that you don't like. This isn't like Michael Jordan hopping on a Gillette razor ad when he never needs to shave for some reason, or like he only uses Schick or whatever you want to call it. It's not like Messi doing an advertisement for Bet99 Sports. It's not like that. It's more along the lines of a company that works in the industry of gaming or in a realm that I think you guys would be interested in contacts me and I say, well, great, let me take it for a test drive. Let me use your product. Let me see what it's like for literally weeks before I'm going to say, yeah, let's go into the next step. What do you want us to do? What do you want me to do? Where do you want this to go? And I'm curious to see if that idea of anything sponsored as villainous still exists. Maybe in my community it does, but I've seen plenty of people do a lot of very open and very interesting sponsorship agreements in the last couple years. I know that, and this is not a call out because I love all these guys, but like I know Allier did a SIM card deal where his logo was on a SIM card. And I was like, the fuck is this? That's kind of fucking cool, but also where did this one come from? I've seen people do sponsorships for like weight loss fitness tea and stuff, and I'm like, where the fuck did that come from? That's kind of not cool, but also like, you do you. And I'm interested because the feedback that I saw was mostly positive. I know that those were a couple years ago, but the fact that they were positive made me look at this and go, like that's interesting. In case you're wondering why I'm bringing this up, it's because Twitch as a community has an idea that the broadcaster should do their best to make money. And I'd be lying to you if I said that was not my favorite thing in the world. Does that mean that I've changed my morals or my mentality? No. I mean, look at, again, the Counter-Strike gambling stuff. Pretty sure I was one of the only Counter-Strike people in the fucking entirety of Twitch besides War Owl that never took a sponsorship from any CSGO site or gambling or anything like that. Just the same as I will not ever put an overlay on my videos or an overlay on my Twitch stream because unless it's absolutely necessary, it takes away from the content. Unless I'm doing a sponsored thing with like Twitch where I have to put it up in the top left corner for 2 hours, then I'm not doing it. I don't like that. Viewers come first, content comes first. That doesn't make sense. They both come equally first, and then myself comes second, and then payment and sponsors come third. If I'm not happy with the content I produce, then I'm going to be pretty certain you guys won't be. And if the sponsor is not happy with the content I produce, then nobody's fucking happy. So I want to know a couple questions. One, if I ever took a sponsorship deal, and you might be like, yo, bro, what's in the works, man? Can you let us know? I can't, but we're working on it. If I ever took a sponsorship deal that was within the realm of gaming that I was certain you guys were going to take and run with and be like, oh, okay, this is actually fine. Like, I don't really care about this. This is either cool or it's not. And B, benefited me to the extent where I'm making this video to be like, yo, for real though, like, this would be the biggest deal in my life, then I'm curious to know what you guys thought. And it's okay to say no. It's okay to say I'm not interested. It's okay to say I really don't want you doing that. But I feel like I'm using all of my 7 years of doing this, my 7 years of goodwill and hopefully transparency, and I challenge anybody to try and find something where I may have slipped up because that would make me a better person, but I definitely can't think of anything that comes to mind. This is kind of me saying, will you guys run with me and let me do this if I promise you that while the content will be different from gameplay highlights, I mean, these would be specific contents and videos that are made by a studio and that are higher production quality and are more about the product than about myself or anything else, would you be okay with that? Is that something you're interested in? Or not even interested in, just not opposed to it? And it's silly that I'm asking this because almost any other person in my space would be like, fuck yeah, I'm rolling with it. But I really am not lying here when I say I would not be here without YouTube. I would not be here without your guys' support. And if I do anything to jeopardize that or ruin that, then, what do I have to show for it? Nothing. I value my own integrity and my personal integrity a lot. It's probably one of the few things that I really try and hold myself to. That and being a positive, outgoing, and very friendly, approachable person. And hopefully I've done a good job of both of those. But here's 11 minutes of me basically skirting around an issue and just trying to get a feedback for what do you guys think about that? What do you guys think about sponsorships on YouTube? About people that you watch using their audience in order to make a living or make more of a living or overall just promote something that, fits the brand, but isn't normal content. So if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, whatever, please let me know. I'm absolutely down to hear about them. So yeah, thanks for watching, sticking through with this. If you made it to the end, I can assume that you're either absolutely invested in this and you don't care, or you care a lot and you're like, yeah, let's break this down. So hit me up in the comments, tweet at me. I'm always open. I'm always down. And hopefully I'll talk to you guys later.